It's our weekly conversation with our guy, J.J. Starling. Lots to talk about. You're fresh back from Clemson last night. Tough loss there. Let's take it in order, though. Let's go back to Saturday first and the Notre Dame win here, J.J. You're sitting there down 17 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. How did that one turn around as it did for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, they came out hot. They were ready to play, and we came out flat, and they were able to go on their runs, but towards the end of the first half, we were able to kind of weather the storm, and I feel like we used that momentum going into the second half. I think we were able to cut it down to like a 9 or 10 point deficit, and then second half we were able to really lock in and come out with better energy.
Yeah, I look back at that last 4.5 minutes of the first half as maybe the most important part of the game, right? Like if you get to the locker room and it's still like a 15-point game, man, that's got to weigh on you. To make that move before halftime had to have helped out.
Yeah, definitely. It helped with building momentum.
Kyle Cuff popped for me on Saturday. Like we know he's been earning a role here as he's going on, but to get tossed on Marcus Burton as he did and really hold him down in the second half, what would that show you from Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't show me anything that I didn't know already. Kyle's a dog. As you said, he's growing into, more of a role. But in my eyes, he always had that. He's one of our leaders. He plays aggressive. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. He plays with high energy, and we feed off that.
I've heard the leadership vibe from him here a lot recently. Back early in the season, when he's not playing as much, I wonder what's the difference here now that he's on the court more? Does it allow him to lead more? Is it the same as when he wasn't in there? How has that changed for him here of late?
Yeah, I feel like it allows him to be more comfortable, and I feel like now he has more of a voice. I thought he always had, but Kyle's a vocal guy, so with him it helps. When he's talking in timeouts and talking on the floor, being that voice.
That said, we got to get one of these dunks to go down for him, right? Like I feel he's been he's been like 5% away from an all-time highlight about 10 times already so far. What's he got to do to get one of these home?
I don't know. I guess just keep his eyes on the rim. I don't know.
I mean, he almost had like the windmill or whatever it was going last night, and then so you do the comeback on Saturday, get the huge win against Notre Dame. We know Clemson's really good last night. We know you guys were focused on, all right, we got to start strong. That had not been something that happened recently. What let you start strong last night, and then I guess what switched when they pulled away a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we just came out aggressive. I know personally I came out aggressive. I was just looking to get downhill, make plays. But then I feel like we started giving into fatigue, and, we were allowing them to bump us off our cuts and bump us off our spots. So we weren't able to run our offense, and then it just became stagnant.
Do you think it's that? I mean, I look at the turnovers. Obviously, like your shooting percentages were great last night. You had one of the better 3-point shooting games of the season as a team and all that stuff. What was it, the physicality that was leading to turnovers? What do you think that was last night?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just we weren't able to run our offense comfortably, and then that just led to, some forced passes or some bad reads. And I know with myself, I had a couple of turnovers on my part. Just trying to force something that wasn't there. But yeah, definitely they look to play physical so that it was harder to run offense.
J.J. Starling is our guest, brought to you as always by our friends at RomanoCars.com, our weekly visit here. And, J.J., I think at Clemson, like, obviously they're good, but that's a tough place to play, right? What besides the actual team makes those trips so tough? Syracuse, before you, with you, has not fared well down there. It's been a tough place to go regardless.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a crazy atmosphere. In my eyes, I feel like it's a smaller gym, but they pack it out. Mm-hmm. And their fans are engaged the whole game. So, when they get on those runs and you're hearing the crowd, it's hard to kind of weather that storm. I mean, I remember we had a turnover and then they got a dunk and then the whole place erupted. So it's definitely hard to kind of, combat that.
How much can the fans help you? I know second half, last 10 minutes of the Notre Dame game, it felt to me the most juice in the dome maybe you've had all season. How much does that, help you guys when you're at home?
Yeah, it helps a lot. I mean, we feed off that energy. You know, obviously we're going to create our own, but to be able to go on those runs and then have, you know, the environment just go up a notch, it just helps even more.
We got J.J. Starling with us, and a team you guys are very familiar with coming up on Saturday. You guys play Pitt twice every year, it seems. What are you expecting out of this game? They've been struggling just a little bit lately. How dangerous does that make them on Saturday?
Yeah, you know, they're hungry. They're going to come out looking to, you know, be aggressive. But we, like I said before, we can't come out flat. We got to come out with high energy and really lock in on those keys because Pitt is another good team that we have to play.
Yeah, it feels they're toward the top of the league right now. And then, you know, after that, well, I guess we'll talk to you, JJ, when you're in California next week because you're going on the long trip coming up next week. What do you expect that to be like? That doesn't feel like something you've had to deal with before, this West Coast travel, getting 2 games in. How different is that going to be from, you know, your standard just, you know, 1-game road trip or go to the Dome or whatever you're used to with your normal routine?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be different, but I feel like the guys are excited to go out to the West Coast, you know, play 2 really good teams. So, you know, we're going to look to get the job done and have fun while we're out there.
All right. Have you ever been out that way before, or is that going to be new to you?
I have. No, okay. I have gone out there. Yeah.
Okay, what have you been out there for? Hoops or something else?
Definitely hoops, vacation, you know, a basketball visit out there. So I've been out there a couple of times.
Okay, I'm sure there's some people on the team that have not. If you run into anyone that's like, we're going to where? What's going on this trip yet?
Nah, I haven't. But I'm definitely sure there's some people that haven't gone out that way.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a haul to get down to Clemson. It's going to be a whole different thing next week, going out to the West Coast for Cal and Stanford. That's next Wednesday and next Saturday as we got JJ here for our weekly conversation. Where are you guys at as a team right now, JJ? We know it's not been quite the season you've wanted yet. How are you sticking together as a group at this point when you still have, 2/3, give or take, of ACC play left?
Yeah, we just got to keep working, keep fighting. At the end of the day, we've been preaching this since the beginning of the season. Like, it's just us, so we can't listen to any outside noise, despite, you know, our ups and downs. So, you know, we're just going to keep looking forward to working hard in practice, push each other every day, and then grow as a team and individually. You know, we're just going to keep working.
All right, last thing for you, JJ. How not fun is that bus ride from Clemson back to the airport? That always feels like the longest trip in the history of mankind.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Definitely got to take a nap on the bus.
There you go. I mean, it's every minute of an hour to get there for sure. All right, JJ, best of luck on Saturday. And I guess we'll chat next week sometime when you're out in Cali. Thanks as always.
All right, sound good. Thank you.